Usually I'm Agent Grimlock, but tonight I am Professor Grimlock, Agent of Farts. This is a video about the difference between Gen-Xers, myself, and Gen-Zs. And it's going to be a fun video. So some of you half of you Gen-Zs, hope you enjoy. Basically, I hope you Gen-Zs enjoy this education, because some of you may like it, some of you might vomit. Better. Now, there are so many differences. So many. God damn it, fucking umbrella. There's so many differences between Gen-Xers like myself and Gen Zs. See, I grew up in late 70s, throughout the 80s and early 90s. I've been there, done that, you know. And I was part of that generation where my parents went to work. Well, one of them did. And the Gen Xers went through shit even you Gen Zs wouldn't even imagine. Some of you Gen Zs out there, you want change. You want change for the future, which is good, because we'll try to teach you something what we had to learn ourselves. You know, hey, you know, the right between right and wrong, and hopefully that you be the change of the future, which half of you are just completely fucking stupid. And then you have the other half of the Gen Zs who think half of you are stupid too. They're following our philosophy, becoming emotionally constipated and stop giving a shit. Now, my generation, Gen X, we did stuff that even you Gen Zs couldn't even imagine. Jumped our bikes, play in the dirt, man. If it got hurt, we got back up again, just to ourselves off, man. You get hurt, you cry, I want my safe space. Yeah, me too, from idiots. Where's my safe space from idiots? But I do respect half of you, because you want change what's best for even your generation and after the next. Because you want to find a niche in your life. You want to make a mark in this world. Half of you never really had a foot up your ass like what we did. Oh man, we had the belt, the switch, the boot. Oh man, all three hurt too, man. Shit, if we got punished, shit. I had my radio taken away. I had my TV taken away. No TV for a month. No radio for a month. If we fucked up, we had to accept the responsibility. Yeah. If we fucked up, we got punished, man. Our punishment was more severe than you motherfuckers ever had punishment, because mom and dad coddled you too much. Because mom and daddy got coddled too much too. See, the millennials and the Gen Z generation go almost hand in hand, you know. Told they were special. They got a trophy too. You know. But the thing is, I mean, I'm 45. I've been there, done that, man. I've been there, done that. I'm a dad. Okay, I'm a dad. And, see, all of a sudden, my generation has become fully badass, man. Gen Xers have done that, been there, and we become badasses. My generation, the Gen Xers, we become badasses. While you millennial and about half of you Gen Zs become very, very soft because your parents were fucking soft. And half of the Gen Zs and half the millennials are Republicans. Are conservatives and shit. Some of them are libertarians, independent, because they don't see voting Democrat necessary or relevant. Me, I could give a flying fuck. I love being a Gen Xer. I love my generation. Why? Because we've been there, we've done that, man. We've been there, done that shit, dude. Been there, done that, man. You know, my dad, my father, okay? My father for nearly 30 years worked in San Francisco. Being away from home 5 days a week, come home on the weekends. Okay, has to go back to work for another 5 days a week and shit, out of town. For nearly 30 years. I came home. I was the man of the house while my dad was gone. You know, of course I was an asshole, but I was the man of the house until my dad got home. I came home, did my homework, had some time with my friends. Then it was only time to go to bed. I went to bed, got up next morning, got in the bus, went to school. Came home 5 days, same thing. Go to school, get education and shit, But we didn't learn the crap that you Gen Zs are going to be learning here pretty soon. This critical race theory is fucking stupid, man. Fucking stupid here, dude, man. But there are Gen Zs that there are millennials and there are Gen Zs that do want change. They want change for the better. They want what's best for their generation. But we got some dumbass motherfuckers in D.C. Pelosi, Schumer, Feinstein, Biden, Harris. All these fuckers are the old fuckers who want to hold on to that power until they're all fucking dead. Well, what happens is whenever also Waters too, McConnell, these old fuckers. Whenever they face a challenge that really has people freaking out, and it's some of you millennials and Gen Zs that are freaking out. Oh my God, they're gonna lose their seat. Fuck off. I don't care. They're fucking old. They need to retire and die old. We need somebody in office who's a Gen Xer. That means emotionally constipated and not giving a shit. But loves his country. Like me. Oh, I do want to make an announcement. I, Agent Grimlock, Agent of Farts, has announced my candidacy for president of Hooters. And who'll be my VP? My good buddy Tin Man. Now, I see a lot of shit going on. I read about it, I hear about it. I kind of sit back, and kind of think, yeah, this is the crime being done by millennials and Gen Zs and shit. And some of my generation who's kind of fell off the goddamn dumbass wagon, But at least they'll learn a lesson, though. Yeah, my generation, the Gen X generation is pretty badass, but yeah, we do got some idiots in our generation, but hey, we were idiots too when we were younger. You got all these young, dumb motherfuckers from both the millennials and Gen Zs have no idea on how to really know what they want in their life in this world, kind of like don't know what they want in their life. They're being told what to do. Half of them are being told what to do, and the other half do know what they want in their life. That do know what they want. They want change for the better and for the future. Not just for my generation, but for their generations too. And we all gotta think here. Gen Zs, I wanna explain the reason why our generation is more badass than yours. See, there's things we've done that you can even possibly imagine. What we did would make you an ass for your safe space. The shit we went through, it would make you cry. It would make you fucking cry and become a little bitch. That's right, it'll make your ass cry. I know there are good millennials, and I know there's good Gen Z members of those generations and shit. But half of them are still fucking clueless, And I mean, still fucking clueless. And like right now, we hear fireworks. And 4th of July was last month. That was a month ago. So why are idiots still firing off fireworks even though 4th of July was last month? I mean, you have to really understand, some things you really got to think here. When I first started YouTube, I did not know how to. I mean, yeah, I knew how to do it. I knew what I was talking about, but there was things I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about, and when I did, there's times I fumbled, and I got called out for it. But that's okay, because the next video I did better and better and better. Sometimes I fall off the track a little bit, but I still and shall learn. Now, this November will mark 10 years of my first channel. In December of this year, it'll mark 6 years for this channel. Combined, that's 16 years. Combined. In a short span. Now, I see a lot of millennials and Gen Zs on social media. Some of them are snowflakes, very soft. SAWFT, soft. And there's some that were raised by two parents to teach them the difference between right and wrong. It's easy. My generation. Because most of you Gen Zs, your parents are Gen-Xers and shit. We try to teach you hoping that it could be the change of the future, kind of. See, what we went through would make you cry. It would make you shit and piss yourself, maybe even vomit. Because we were that fucking crazy and that fucking badass. But yet, we still had a life learn. But we still had a life lesson to learn. Just like we were passing on to you. Yeah, we're middle age. I'm 45, but I'm still teaching my son, who's a Gen Z, and he's not one of these Gen Zs that are like, no. My son's 22 years old and he's a Gen Z, and he knows his shit, and he's like me, emotionally constipated. Don't give a shit, but also with a wicked sense of humor. And plus, I'm a proud father of a gay son who's funny as hell. And even he makes me laugh. My son, 22, gay, and a Gen Z, can make me fucking laugh. And he could come up with some crazy shit that even I wouldn't imagine it coming up with, but hey, it made me fucking laugh. See, right there is a little bit of the Gen X philosophy in my son. Even though he's a Gen Z, my son has begun to follow a little bit of the Gen X philosophy. A little bit, but that's okay. He'll call me up, Dad. How you doing? Doing good, son. How you doing? Good, And we will talk for hours and hours and hours. Even though we'll argue a little bit, I still enjoy that. I still enjoy that conversation because it's my son. It's my boy. I love my son. Even though he's a Gen Z, and I'm a Gen Xer, I still love my son. I love my son. Yes, he's gay. I'm a proud dad. I love my son. Anybody fucks my son, it's gonna get a foot in their ass. And plus, I will lay down my life to protect my son. That's right. I will lay down my life for my son. I don't care what my critics think. I don't care what my haters think. I love my son. I will die for my son. To protect my son. See, us Gen Xers may be badass generation, but we have heart. We also have heart. I may say that I don't care about someone's feelings or thoughts, but to a degree, a smidge of a degree, I do care. I do care. I may say that I am, which I am emotionally. Let me rephrase. Even though I am emotionally constipated and don't give a shit, I do a little bit, just a little bit, because I know how that person feels. I've been there, done that. As a parent, we all fear for our kids. We all worry about them, even though they're adults. We still worry about them. We do. We do. But there's a point where you have to let your kids be adults. Once your kids are adults, they're adults. Let them live their life. Let them live their life. But if they're still in school, they gotta follow your house rules. And if there's anybody that's been raised by a single parent, I'll be honest, they need a foot up there. If they had a daddy in the house and if they fucked up, they need their daddy's right foot up their dumb ass. Yes, I do agree that in my generation we do got women that are moms that are fucking stupid, would rather raise their kids by themselves and wanting wants that child support check, but they want more than what they're supposed to fucking get. Also, in my generation, you have parents. Parents are Gen Zs. Mom and dad in house, making sure the kids don't fuck up, because they do. Mommy and dad are going to take their right smart foot and shove it straight up their kid's dumb ass. The Gen Xers may be a badass generation, but also We're parents now. We're middle age, almost in our 50s and shit, which I don't want to admit. You know, oh my God, we're getting old. But that's okay. That's okay. Because there's always a life lesson for any generation, good or bad. But I want to teach for the good. Not for the bad, not for the worst, but for the good. And to the dumbass Gen Zs and millennials, let's play a game. Let's play a game. This is courtesy of the badass generation of all time, the Gen-Xers. Where's my finger? Where's my finger at? Oh, there it is. I win. No. We win. The Gen-Xers are badass. We will always win. There it is. I like humor. I can be an asshole. I can admit I can be an asshole at sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know. I seen that from that video on TikTok of that little Asian boy. He's like, "Daddy, where my finger is? Where my fingers? There it is!" And fucking funny little kid, man. Fucking funny little dude. There it is. There I am. Little kids are fucking funny. Little kids are like little alcoholics. They will tell you everything. They will tell you everything. Holy shit, man. They will tell you fucking everything, man. I tell you. But every day I even though I'm living with my folks and they're like 60s, and I'm there to help them out because, you know, my parents are up there in age. My dad retired and he can't do very much. And now I'm helping them out, you know. They're the last of the baby boomers and shit, you know. I'm a Gen Xer and shit, helping a couple of old ass baby boomers. But you know what? That's okay. You know. But you gotta understand, you know, I may get called out, man, you still, hey. Until you understand, shut the fuck up. But man, you live with your folks, man, what the hell, dude? Unless you know the situation, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. If you don't know the situation, go fuck yourself. It's not easy, man. See, the Gen Zs and millennials, they got it fucking easy. They got it fucking easy, man. Way too fucking easy, man. Way too fucking easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Too fucking easy. I came across a video of, it was Young America, or was it, Youth of America, or something like that. And, this guy was doing a talk, and he had some Gen Zs in the background. He got a couple of young black youth, Gen Z people, we'll call it. And one of them is wearing a thing over his face saying oppressed. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, you know, dude, you're not oppressed. You're just fucking stupid. You're just fucking stupid. You know, see the youth. You know, they're playing this politics like it's fucking Yahtzee and shit, like it's fucking. They're playing politics like they're playing Monopoly, teaching how to do insider trading and shit, how to fuck up the stock market and shit, But as I'm watching this, I'm thinking like, motherfucker, you're not oppressed. You didn't go through 100 years of Jim Crow. You didn't go through the civil rights movement. You weren't working on the plantation shit while you're getting whipped by the slave master and shit, You're not oppressed. You're just fucking stupid, And all these college kids of color are playing the victim card because we're oppressed. No, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. Your parents weren't oppressed. Your your great-great-grandparents were. They went through the civil rights movement. Some of them went through the Jim Crow bullshit. Some of them, even their ancestors went through the slavery during the late 1700s, 1800s. I mean, dude, 19th century, 18th century and shit, But you, the Gen Zs of color, the millennials of color, you are not oppressed. You think you're oppressed. You're given everything, while your fucking parents bust their ass to provide for your stupid motherfucker, for your dumbass, while your grandparents also bust their ass even though they're at time of retirement. Then your great-great-grandparents went through the civil rights movement. Then back and their parents went through the Jim Crow bullshit. So why are you saying you're oppressed? You're not oppressed. You think you're oppressed because you want reparations. Go get a fucking job if you want reparations, motherfucker. Go get a goddamn job. Prove your self-worth, motherfucker. Prove your goddamn self-worth. I don't give a shit who you are, but you get up off your ass, go get a job, and prove your self-worth, motherfucker. So my son's 22. He went to college. He had 2 jobs, security and pharmacy tech. That's right. He had 2 jobs. Hell fucking yeah. But some of you think you're oppressed. I need reparations. I need a handout. You want a handout? Yeah. Someone's going to hand you out a fist to your teeth. Go get a job. Prove your individual self-worth. Then you got these other dumbasses saying, looting is our reparations. No, bitch. Looting is theft. Theft will land you 5 to 7 in prison. And you will have a criminal record, which would probably fuck up your employment at somebody's job, because they're gonna look at you like 5 to 7 for looting, rioting, damage of property, foot stuck in ass, fist stuck in ass, fist stuck in ass, becoming a human puppet. You're not oppressed. My generation, we did not give a rat's ass about your goddamn feelings. Your feelings don't matter to us. Why? Because we're emotionally constipated and don't give a shit. The only time we ever give a shit is when we go to Taco Bell and have the biggest burger supreme ever eat that motherfucker, and then take a shit in the toilet, call it a day. That's called giving a shit. But us Gen Xers, we are emotionally constipated, and we start giving a shit. The only time we still give a shit is when you hear a ba-whoosh. It's a man's flush. Every day for us, it's still a life lesson. What are we learning? What are we really learning, you know? Half of Gen Zs, half of millennials are following our philosophy. They're learning from us. Why? Because there's a big turnabout in that both generations here. And all we're doing is we're just sitting back, laughing our asses off, and drinking a beer while we're at it. And yelling out, fuck yeah, while we're doing that. So you millennials and Gen Zs, you got it fucking easy. You got it fucking easy. Actually, too easy. Man, we did shit that you couldn't even possibly imagine, man. You know, we couldn't even ask our parents a question because one of them was too damn fucking tired from come home from work. You know, there's like so much shit we went through. Me, when I was 10 years old. So I start there. Look at this right here. Look at this. Is it roof? Is it roof? The roof right there? Here, the roof right there? What the color is right there? The roof? At 10 years old, I jumped off this motherfucker. At 10 years old. Off the roof. Jumped off it. Hit the ground on my fucking feet. Let's see you Gen Zs do that shit. I was 10 years old, man. Got on the roof, jumped the fuck off. Saw on the ground, man. 10 years old. Did it twice. 10 years old. Did it twice. Oh, yeah. That's what we call a 10-year-old Gen Xer with balls. Compared to Gen Zs, you probably do want like, well, man, that's probably going to be a one big drop to Nutcritchville. Motherfuckers, dude, I had this mountain bike. My friends built this ramp and went like go up, like straight up. This was a ramp for skateboard, right? All my friends were on BMX bikes. They're jumping on the sides, right? Just like pew, pew, pew. Me, I went straight up the fucking middle. Boom! Nearly up a tree. I landed on the tires, and I rolled, hit a tree, bust my nuts on the gooseneck. That's how crazy us Gen Xers are. We are fucking nuts, man. And even though I busted my bust my on a fucking gooseneck and shit. Was it stupid? Hell yeah. Will I do it again? Hell no. Hell no. Oh, no. Fuck that shit. Let's see you millennials and Gen Zs do that shit. At 10 years old, jump off a roof, and then ride on a mountain bike, straight up a fucking ramp, land on the tires, roll, hit a tree, bust your nut on a gooseneck. Let's see if we can do that shit. Of course, you're afraid of doing it because you'll cry for your safe space. Or they'll say, my feelings hurt. And you're nuts. I seen girls my generation do this shit as well. Skateboarding chicks, bike ride, BMX chicks, do crazy shit, That's my kind of chick. At that age, my age time, I was still in grammar school, But the chicks now are my age now. Still look good, like, hello nurse, come to butthead. Come to butthead. Oh man. But it was a great time, man. A wonderful time. Gen Xers, us Gen Xers, we did some crazy shit. We did. And we did crazy shit that even the millennials and Gen Zs were like, no, hell no. Save space, please. Table for 500. Generation full of pussies. What the fuck. But I do respect some of them because they do want change. They want what's better for their even for their generation, even for the millennial generation, even for the next generation after the Gen Z, But you have some that are so fucking brainwashed by the media, the Democrats, all the other fucking shit, the liberal bull crap, and the neocons and shit, But you have some you see half millennials, half Gen Zs that are becoming Republicans, independents, libertarians and shit. They're walking away from the Democratic Party and actually following our philosophy, the Gen X philosophy, emotionally constipated and not giving a shit, unless you're a man slush. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want you guys to hear something here real quick.
Well, look at that. You can see my dick from here. I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker.
That's what we are.
I ought to break a broom handle off in your ass.
Hey, Gen Zs.
Blow it out your ass.
Hey, millennials.
Don't get your panties all in a bunch.
Hey, snowflakes.
Now I'm really pissed off.
Hey, Antifa.
I'm gonna get medieval on your asses.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's Duke Nukem. Funny as hell. To all you ladies out there who's around my age, I'm not the one that's like a good sunset, but I wouldn't mind seeing you go down. And to the ones who I haven't offended yet, please be patient. I'll get to you shortly. I am Professor Grimlock of Agent of Farts. You know, F.A.R.T.S. Farts. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, leave a like, hit the bell for notification, comment below. And if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. And if you're a member of the Gen-X generation, give me a fucking hell yeah. Always remember, all be healthy and well wise. I love you guys. Knowledge is free. Knowledge is power. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.